Okay, let's start a test. Divya, what is entity? Divya, what is entity?
Entity is an object or thing based on real life that has
Speak loudly,
specific
Divya.
properties.
आपकी आवाज नहीं आ रही है.
Entity is an object or a thing in a daily life which is distinguishable from other objects and it has its own characteristics and properties.
What is entity set?
Entity set is a collection of entity which have similar characteristics and attributes.
Okay. What is attribute?
Attributes are the descriptive property which are used to determine the features of the entity.
Okay. What is mapping? What is mapping cardinalities?
Mapping cardinalities are the number of entities to which one entity can connect to and form a relationship.
Okay. What are the different types?
There are four types of mapping cardinalities: one to one to many to one, and many to many.
Good. Ragini,
Yes, ma'am.
what is attribute, Ragini?
Attributes are the entities connected to any other sets of the markings.
What is attribute? फिर से बोलिए, आवाज आपकी कट रही है. Your voice is not clear, Ragini. Ragini, what is attribute, Ragini?
Ma'am, the attribute is the properties of the properties and sharings of data and all the entities sets in a special characteristics.
What are the different types of attributes?
Sorry, ma'am, सुनाई नहीं दे रहा है ma'am
What are the
question.
different types of attributes?
The different types of attributes are one to many, many to one, many to many, and one to one.
मैंने attributes पूछा, types of attributes. मैंने attributes के types पूछे थे, रागनी. Komal, what is entity set?
Ma'am, repeat.
What is entity set?
The set of all entities that have same types of attributes that call entity set.
Okay, what is relationship?
Huh?
What is relationship?
A relationship is an association among several entities.
What is ER diagram?
Ma'am, क्या?
What is ER diagram?
The ER diagram, that means entity relationship data model, is based on a perception of real world that consists
डायग्राम मैं डायग्राम पूछ रही हूँ,
ER diagram model नहीं,
मॉडल नहीं, डायग्राम.
diagram, ER diagram. In ER diagram, there are overall design attributes or the database in graphically. In this, rectangle is represent entity set, ellipses represent attributes, diamond represent relationship set, lines represent the link of entity set to attributes to entity set and entity set to relationship, and the double ellipses represent multi-valued attributes, and dashed ellipses represent derived attributes, and double lines represent the total participation of entity in relationship, and double rectangle represent the weak entity set in ER diagram.
What is weak entity set?
Uh, Weak entity set, weak entity set, the weak entity set, मैं मिक्स कर दूँ, याद किए हैं weak entity set, weak entity set. Weak entity set, there is no primary key. Weak entity set may not have primary key. That is called weak entity set.
What is primary key?
What is primary key?
What is primary key?
Keys वाले नहीं. Key. The number of attributes is our key.
Okay, Ritika, what is entity relationship model?
Entity relationship model.
Yes.
It is based relationship model based on perception of real world that consists objects called entities and relationship between those entities.
Okay, what is a single valued or multi-valued attribute?
Ma'am, the attribute which an entity which have single value is called the single value attribute, na ma'am.
Yes, single value attribute and multi-valued
The
attribute.
attribute which have single value for a particular entity is called single value attribute, and the attribute which have any number of value for sufficient entities is called multi-value entity attribute.
Give some example. Give some example of single valued or multi-valued attribute.
Um,
What is mapping cardinalities, Ritika?
Mapping cardinalities can express so the one entity is associated with number of another entities by relationship set.
Okay. What is the use? What is the use? What is the use of double ellipses in ER diagram? Use of double ellipses in ER diagram.
Double ellipses. Um, represent multi-valued entities.
Specialization.
And the process of designating subgrouping within an entity set is called specialization.
Okay. Akansha. Good morning, Akansha. आकांक्षा आवाज आ रही है? आकांक्षा आपको आवाज आ रही है?
Oh, sorry, ma'am. My mic was muted and I was speaking. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Okay. What is derived attribute, Akansha?
Yes, ma'am.
What is derived attribute?
Ma'am, it is the attribute for which we are dependent on other attributes. For example, if we have to calculate someone's age through date of birth.
Generalization.
Ma'am, generalization is used to abstract the process during viewing of sets to organize it into a single and general class in which the differences of the sets are removed and they are combined as one. For example, we can say that doing graduation from ITBCA, but when we generalize it, we say we are graduating.
Can you explain one-to-many relationship or one-to-many mapping cardinalities with an example?
Yes, ma'am.
With an example.
With an example.
Yes.
Yes,
One-to-many cardinalities.
Yes, ma'am. Like we consider a set of students. Like I'll take like there is a set A in which there are students Akansha, Komal, Divya, and there is another set that is subjects in which there is physics, chemistry, maths. So the objects in set A, like Akansha, she is related to subject in set B, that is physics and maths. Similarly, Komal is connected to chemistry and maths, and Divya is connected to physics, chemistry, maths, Tino. That is one to many relationship.
Okay, what is ER diagram?
Ma'am, ER diagrams are ma'am, diagram or model set?
Diagram.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, ER diagrams are used to logically express the structure of the database. And we use many like we use to draw, what to say that, क्या बोलते हैं, flow chart. Like that we use rectangles, ellipses, diagonals and lines to represent the ER model. Sorry, ER diagrams.
Okay. Sunidhi? Sunidhi? What is simple and composite attributes, Sunidhi?
Simple attributes are those attributes which cannot be divided into subparts, and composite attributes are those attributes which can be divided into subparts.
Give some example.
Considered attribute name could be structured as a composite attribute consisting of middle name, first name, and last name.
Okay. What is relationship set?
Relationship is an association among several entities. Relationship set is used in data modeling to represent an association between entities.
Okay. What is weak entity and the strong entity? क्या difference है?
Weak entity and an entity which have not sufficient attribute to form primary key is called weak entity, and which have primary key is called strong entity.
What is specialization?
Specialization is the process of knitting of subgrouping within an entity sets.
Ria? 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 Ria, please switch on your video. Ria, please switch on your video. Ria, are you there? Ria, are you there? Ria?